Good morning. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Let's see who we got in here. Hello, Rain D, Thomas Reed, Wilco, Roger that, Gone Fishing, Alan Davis. Hello to everybody. How are you all doing today? The two boys. Hello. How you doing? How you doing? Eagle, Nick. Oh, this. You know what I mean, Vern? You know what I mean, Vern? I sure do, Thomas Reed. How you doing? Hope everybody is having a great day out here in YouTube land. Oh, man. My doggone left arm, top of my arm just hurts so bad. I don't know. I know why it's broke. I mean, I know why it hurts. It hurts because it's been broke. What was you fishing for, Gone Fishing? Yeah, I'm late today. I figured I'd wait a little bit later today. I've just been in a lazy mood today. Been watching Brickleberry on Tubi. Okay, gone fishing. Been fishing for crappie. Oh, yes, sir. First cab, 6869. Good afternoon to you. They sure would seed the clouds. They were able to do more than just seed clouds nowadays. You know what I mean, Vern? I went ahead and just raised that window up, and we're going to use that soup can to prop the phone up so we can get a good view outside without having the glass in front of us. What was you fishing with? Gone fishing? Was you using minnows or was you using artificial bait? Was you using lures? Rubber jigs, like a Mr. Twister. Thank you, Thomas Reed. I tell you, my arm gets to hurting so bad that hell, there ain't nothing I can do about it. But sometimes it gets me where I won't even go outside. Especially when I'm facing panic attacks and anxiety attacks as well. Yeah, curly tails. A curly tail still is to me, any kind of rubber bodied curly tail jig is a rip off of the original Mr. Twister. Good afternoon, Terry C. How you doing? How you doing? Hey, y'all bear with me for just a minute. I might go in here and see if I can't get me a cup of coffee going. Oh man, that felt like a heart attack. What does a Garmin Live Scope do? Can you actually see the fish? You know, I used a fish detector when I would go fishing, when I had my boat. Now, I did go out to breakfast this morning up there to Providence Ministries, but when I checked my analytics for the audience, it didn't show many people being on until between 10 a.m. to 6 p.m., so I just thought I would wait. All right, my coffee water's heated up. I'm going to go in here and make a cup of coffee, and I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. I gotta find somewhere to set this down at. Good afternoon, Billy Burns. How you doing, brother? Great to see you. We got 16 people on the live with only 6 likes. Double tap your screen to give old EagleNick a like. It doesn't cost anything and it won't bite. You know what I mean, Vern. It's free to like and subscribe. It's free to comment and share. Yeah, gone fishing. YouTube is real notorious about turning off people's notifications. There's a lot of people says they've not been getting notified that I was live or that I created new content. There was a few people said they thought I was dead. They hadn't seen nothing from me in so long. And that was because YouTube must have had their notifications turned off or maybe even unsubscribed them from my channel. You have to check. You have to keep a check on it or they'll unsubscribe you from channels or they will turn off the notifications. we're still only getting about 10 to 15% of the views that I was getting before all the adverse things happened to my YouTube channel. Hello, Sheila. How you doing? It is a beautiful day in the hood, neighbor. How's everybody doing? Hope you're all doing okay. It's extremely hot and even more humid. Good afternoon, the Battlebows 29. The Battlebows 29. Long live the rednecks. You know what I mean, Vern. Please be sure to subscribe if you have not already done so, bows. I know it's extremely hot out there and it is awful humid. So what is everybody doing today? How are y'all? Where you at? Where is everybody from? Where was you fishing at? Gone fishing? Good afternoon, Patricia Miller, Indiana. Oklahoma. I'd love to be able to travel around to all of the United States and check out the waterways, the creeks, the streams, the rivers, the lakes. Hello, Paladin. How are you doing? Mr. Maddox. Yes, sir. I knew who you was, brother. How you doing? Hope y'all are staying cool, doing everything you can to stay cool in this extreme heat. How are you doing today, Officer Maddox? Hey, that's good to hear, Officer Maddox. EagleNick's doing pretty good. I wonder how Officer Buffoon is doing. He's working for the Whitfield County Sheriff's Department now instead of working for the Dalton Police Department. I just hope that when EagleNick is out and about, if I was to run into Officer Buffoon, I hope that he will be civil. I'm prepared for any retaliatory tactics, though. I'd like to be able to get out and go do some fishing content, but I tell you, it's just too doggone hot trying to get out here riding around on that bicycle. It is too hot and way too humid. We are at the Eagle's Nest. We're actually where I live at. We're looking out my front window. Are you working today? Hey, I'll tell you what, that place wouldn't run right if you wasn't up there. Gone fishing. My cousin stays here. Chef Ben. Good afternoon, Rex and Ashley Vance. How y'all doing? How you doing today? Hey, you have a blessed day, Officer Maddox. Tell all your fellow Whitfield County Sheriff's Department officers, EagleNick, Nick says hello. Well, we are looking out the window, and that turn signal is these things over here. We are looking out the window. We are high up in the eagle's nest. Yes, sir, Rex. That's what I use to hold my phone up. That is my tripod. Now, I need me some good equipment, but I've not been able to afford it after having to pay all that blood money to them blood money sucking vampires at Georgia Probation Services Incorporated. Now, the maximum penalty for criminal trespass is 12 months and or $1,000 fine. Yet I had to pay that $1,000 fine on top of $989 in surcharges, court cost surcharges, and different fees. Yeah, it always works good, except for when I was up there on the Walnut Avenue Bridge and that big truck got real close, and it created so much wind that it picked the phone up off the side of the bridge and slammed it down there on the sidewalk. Cracked the phone all the heck at the top and the bottom and about all through the phone, actually. Gone fishing, no matter what you say or anybody else says, I was never legally trespassed from the post office. I never received a written trespass. They never knowed my name to write on no trespass. I was never served a warrant with my name on it. Now, I stated clearly to Lieutenant Bishop in my video that I understood that I was having my constitutional rights violated and that I would leave. At no time did I ever say that I was trespassing. The Dalton Police Department violated federal law when they came onto the postal property with their firearms because they do not have a written security agreement or a written memorandum of understanding with the post office. Now, postal property is federal property, and the only way law enforcement can come on the postal property with their firearms is if they have a written security agreement or a written memorandum of understanding with the United States Post Office. Otherwise, their presence on postal property is a violation of federal law. Only the Postal Security Force is authorized to carry firearms on the postal property unless the law enforcement has a written agreement, whether it's a security agreement or a memorandum of understanding. The only other people who has the authority to carry firearms on the postal property is the military. Have you not ever heard of a wrongful conviction gone fishing? Have you ever not heard of retaliatory tactics, malicious prosecuting, perjury on the witness stand? The United States Post Office is part of the federal government. They receive federal funding. The postmaster just did not like the fact of what I called her because she refused to identify herself. If you've seen my third audit at the United States Post Office with Lieutenant Bishop and Officer Cruz and Officer Andrews gone fishing, you heard Lieutenant Bishop say at the very start when I said I was exercising my constitutional rights, that it was protected under the First Amendment. he clearly stated that I was right, that it is protected. Now, at that point, everything else he said did not carry no weight. It did not have no authority backing it. He used cop-splaining and flat-out lies and misleading statements to try to tell me I was trespassed from public property, when he clearly stated that I was right, that it is protected. Now, protected means you cannot be arrested and you cannot be fined. Now, what happened after that when they came onto the property on the corner from where I'm at now? This is my actual residence. This would be where a warrant would have the address written down on. Now, if they had an actual warrant, it would list this address. That would authorize them to come to this address. That is not a blanket warrant that they can stop any damn where on anybody's property and come onto someone's property unless they have a search warrant for that property. Good afternoon, California Dreamin'. Tori and Subi, hello, great to see y'all again. Gone fishing. If I had had the money in to start with, to had a good lawyer, a constitutional lawyer, brother, I would have never even went through any farther than the arraignment process. That charge would have been dropped. If that public defender had did her job, would have defended me like I told her to, if she had did a motion for discovery to find out where they obtained my name to put on a warrant or a trespassing. She would have seen that they got my name illegally. She could have filed a motion to suppress that evidence, and I would have never even went to trial. But my public defender did not and would not defend me adequately. I've been doing pretty good there, California Dreamin'. It's mighty hot out there. I went out for breakfast, but I ain't been back out since then. I just been trying to stay in where it's a little bit cool. Because I was exercising my rights gone fishing, that I have the right to an attorney. You know, that is one of your rights under the Constitution, that if you cannot afford an attorney, one will be appointed for you, that they will pay for it. But that doesn't mean that they should defend you inadequately. That's the thing about it, gone fishing. We don't have any good lawyers around here in Dalton, Georgia. They all work for any lawyer that is licensed by the State Bar Association. Their first obligation and their first duty is to the court. They are an officer of the court. Oh, yes, you're exactly right. California dreaming. It's just getting started here, too. Now, it has been extremely hot, but it will get hotter before these months is out. July, August, and September is the hottest months in Georgia. And usually always the driest months. What little bit of rain we do get during these months, it doesn't take long for it to dry up. It just adds to the humidity. A district attorney is supposed to prosecute crime. They are not supposed to commit crimes. Okay, gone fishing. It's great to see you. Be careful when you're cleaning them fish. Don't cut yourself, okay? You have a blessed day. Oh, my arm hurts so bad. Well, we are slowly plugging away at that 10,000 subscriber mark. We are at 9,530 subscribers. So we are 470 away from 10,000 subscribers. talking and a typing. Oh, it's starting to rain right now. Looks like a clear sky out here, but over to the east, but it is mighty dark above me. You see it? Here comes the rain. Well, this thing has a heck of a zoom on it. And just as quick as it started, it stopped already. All that rain did is it'll make it a little bit wetter. There'll be more moisture in the air. It won't take no time at all, and that rain will dry up. Well, let's check this out again. Well, we're about to hit 50 minutes on the live. I guess we're going to get ready to end it. I'd like to thank everyone who has came on to the live stream. I'd like to give a shout out to all the Whitfield County Sheriff's Department officers that watches my YouTube channel, like Officer Maddox. Now, Officer Maddox actually even come on to the chat there and say hello. I would like to offer an invitation to any Whitfield County Sheriff's Department officer that watches my YouTube channel to comment, as well as any of the Dalton Police Department officers that watches my content. You know, if anybody is watching and they want to get into chat and talk, it is free. It doesn't cost a thing. It's free to give a like. It's free to subscribe. It's free to comment. There's no hidden fees. It doesn't hurt a thing unless you got a real busted up phone. Then you might order to get you a new phone instead of tapping around on it. You liable to cut your finger up. But we are at 9,530 subscribers, so hopefully it won't take too long to reach the 10,000 mark. Now, I hope we can hit 10,000 before 2025 is over. But it is all because of awesome people like you that comes on to my YouTube channel. Love me or hate me, I really do appreciate you all. Take care of yourselves, but please take care of each other. Try not to think of someone that you do not know as a stranger, but more like a sister or a brother. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. United we stand, but divided we fall. You know what I mean, Vern? EagleNick. All this. I am EagleNick. Peace and bacon grease. You know what I mean, Vern. And I'm out.